What's going on, Mount Vernon? We are here today with, and I want her to say her name because I just met her, guys, and I do not remember names, and I'm real bad with names. I do not like to mess up names. But she is sponsoring the Juneteenth event that is coming up, I do believe, on June 20th or June 19th. Which date is that?
June 20th.
June 20th. If you guys do not know about Juneteenth, she's going to be able to give us a few answers about that. And if you want to learn more, you most definitely need to be at that event. But I want you to tell these people what your name is first.
My name is Patricia James.
Okay, Patricia James, tell us, with this whole Juneteenth event, what got this celebration going and what's the main goal that you guys trying to accomplish here?
Well, what got the celebration going was people wanted to make sure we knew about Juneteenth. And Lynette Cummins and Annette Williams started the Southtown Juneteenth celebration, which was the event in the park. So and that's at Dawson Park, which is Forest Park. And a couple of years later, Kingdom Woman Ministry did the parade. And so we did it because we wanted to bring the community together and let them know about Juneteenth and the freedom that we received 163 years ago.
And that is the part that I don't think most of the youth understand. I don't even think they understand the proclamation. I don't think they understand slavery and what actually Juneteenth, what that meant for all the people that were in slavery back then. So with Juneteenth, personally, what does that translate, that feeling? How do you translate that feeling of what you feel being an older Black woman in the Black community? How do you translate that event into the atmosphere?
Well, the event is actually translated through letting everyone get involved, letting them know that we are free, that slavery no longer exists, and what our ancestors did back then is to be celebrated by us. And because of that, we still move forward, because what they did, they set the bridge for us to be free.
And I was talking to my sister. She lived down in Texas for a while. I'm just being dead honest. Until Lynette and Annette mentioned Juneteenth a few years ago, I'm 53 years old, and I truly did not know about Juneteenth until they mentioned that to me. So then I started to study, and I remember my sister saying, boy, they've been doing that down in Texas for years. And so I started searching, and they have been celebrating Juneteenth down in the South, down in the Texas areas for years.
Right.
But I didn't know that it existed until about 4 or 5 years ago, which makes me feel bad to be a Black man and not know that existed. I get a lot of kids, a lot of young youth that have said they don't want to celebrate July 4th anymore versus Juneteenth, because they feel like July 4th is like Independence Day versus Juneteenth would be our Independence Day.
Yes.
So with that being said, how do you get the youth in the community involved with both the planning and the actual event?
Well, the thing about that is I have to go through the schools, the churches, businesses that deal with the teens, because it is hard to get them involved and to understand actually what it is that we are celebrating. So I think what we mostly need to do is get it out there more as to why we celebrate, and be able to let them be their self in knowing that this is who you are and you have a lot to offer for as Black history, for as Juneteenth, for as being set free.
And I don't think they understand or know themselves a lot of the times. Because again, as a young man in the 80s growing up, I knew I did stuff I wasn't supposed to do. I wasn't really understanding my past and where I came from, where, my ancestors and whatnot came from. And I think a lot of them don't look at that whole, oh, I have ancestors, Juneteenth, slavery. They don't look at that whole picture. So to me, it's more like they've turned Juneteenth, the youth, they have turned Juneteenth into What they said they didn't want was July 4th. They turned it into I want to barbecue, I want to drink, and all of that, versus the actual celebration of the actual event. So, in what ways do Juneteenth celebrations bridge a gap to educate not only Black people, but our other counterparts, meaning the white people, as to what Juneteenth really is?
Well, actually, with the event, we bring on all the things that educate the other people too. And so with events, that circles around education, the things that black people has to offer, the talents and stuff like that. And it helps not only the whole community, but it helps pretty much worldwide for people to understand that, all this is for all of us to learn and grow from.
And that's what I feel like. This is a question. Now, I know you know about the Commons. I didn't put this question on there. Now, I know you know about the Commons downtown that they just built. And this is my feeling, guys. This is something I've said multiple times on camera. Everything that they do, Fall Fest, Paul Fest, Market Days, all this has moved into the Commons downtown. I don't want to say that Dawson Park is not a place that we should be. I'm saying, why have we not expanded Juneteenth downtown into the Commons? Why can't the parade be like where the Christmas parade and stuff is at?
Yes, well, that is a question. For one, when I first started the parade, I guess it seems that they were not, I don't know. I'm not going to say they didn't want us to. It's just that the thing for the walking and all the different stuff they have in the parade, we don't have yet. The parade has not caught on to what it really supposed to be meaning.
So we need growth with it.
We need growth.
Right.
And so we start, and for us, coming from that way, going to the park was said it was a long walk for us. So that's why we started on, I forgot the name of the street. We started right there on where the old Family Dollar used to be at. Family Dollar. Yeah, that's why we start right there. So the walk would not be so long for the people.
That's why I was always wondering why we didn't. And everybody has had their answers when I asked them why their events have not moved down there. The name that they named that is called the Commons.
Yes.
Which means a common area for common folks in the community.
Right.
So I always didn't understand why, like, all the events, so like Mt Vernon Festivals, which is a committee here, I don't know if you guys got with them or they got with you guys. Somebody should link up together. I don't feel like we should be separate and segregated anymore.
Well, on that thing, on the Commons ground, we are allowed to go down there and do things. Okay, the thing was we were going to have, Papa Knox, as a matter of fact, was going to have a 618 car show. So I don't know what happened with all that, but we had so much going on. I think they just said they will wait, but everything was getting together for that. So they're not allowing us to come down there. We can come down there. We just have to figure out how we going to
how we need to organize and make sure it's done correctly.
Thank you.